Okay, so today I'm going to be working on a Kojo XFBin parser. Um, so basically, how do I explain this? Is my mic peaking? Nah, it's fine. So in the game, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, there is this special file format called XFBin. And yeah, yeah. If you want to find out more, look online. There's a wiki page for it. Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to be doing that in C++ because my good friend Capillardi um, is working on something for modding the game, and that would be useful. So, I mean, I've already started working on a library, which I'll show in a second. But let me just find this. Yeah. So like the code should look something like this. Not that. Sorry. The code should look something like this. So you load the XF bin, you create a binary chunk, and you can add it to the XF bin. So that's the basic functionality we're going to go for. We're going to go for. So let's just get straight into it. So a terminal. I was actually making a Rust library for XF bins, but Capillarity uses C++, and yeah, the Rust thing is more like a long-term thing. I'll just create this in C++ for now. The reason I haven't already finished this project is because I wasn't really sure how to go about it, to be honest. Like, it's not easy to design a library, but I'm feeling after using Rust for a bit. I mean, if you look at the GitHub, it's literally been 5 months since I last made an update to it. So yeah, it's been a while, and I'll definitely in that time I've learned quite a bit. So let's do CCVB library. Get straight into it. We've got VS Code. I'll just delete that. Yes. Was it library? A folder, sorry, my bad. Build, CMake, extrude, include, test, git ignore, git modules, CMake lists. Yeah, so let's go ahead and open this in NeoVim. Also, I've got like a bajillion tabs open, so I can't wait for this to mess up my laptop speed, but whatever. So far, I don't really have much. Like, I only have xfbin.hpp, the header file, because I restarted my project. But anyway, it shouldn't be too hard. So the thing is, I need to complete this serialization, which isn't particularly easy anyway. I'm using size T like this. No, whatever. Like, I could do standard size T. Would probably be more consistent. Am I even including? Oh, because binary HTTP includes it. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah. Um. Oh yeah. Also, there's just encryption stuff I need to sort out. So where to start? I mean, first of all, one thing I need to do is get rid of the chunk types. Do I even have them here? Type index types. Okay, those are strings. So I'm using strings for the types instead of enums, which is fine for now. Read index, read chunks. Okay. I didn't get too far in my refactoring, so there's not much anyway. Um, this is library. Yep. Oh boy. I could also do with remaking my or refactoring my binary library, but we'll see. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, let's not do that. So what's even going on? I tell you what, I think I want to start by refactoring my binary library. I know that this is like the 10th time I've done it, but like I just need to over and over. Um, yeah, man, it's just so hard to like enter a code base. I wonder why. I mean, yeah, it's a library. Okay, so loads from a path, results. This is a constructor. In fact, I need to delete the constructor. So let's go include. I'll actually hook this to my hook thing. You have default constructor. Yeah. So there's a default constructor and default destructor, but there's no other one. Can I delete a constructor? I think I can delete it, but I won't because I'll accept. I'll allow just creating empty things. Yeah. So error handling. These are the possible errors. So you give your XFN error because this uses the expected library, right? Result types. And then we got conversion to strings. I might just go ahead and make this error thing a separate class. The issue is like because it's the difference between Kojo XFBin error as a type and Kojo XFBin error like this. Like this just feels like it's more fitting, but then also like bloats this class quite a bit. And I don't know, like I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I don't know. I don't know. So like I know this is really pedantic, but I really struggle to work in a code base if I can't be pedantic. Um, Also, I wanted to actually experiment with something, which is decoupling data from methods. So, like, one thing that Zig, well, the idea of data, am I even sharing my screen? I am. The idea of data-oriented design that Zig, what's the word? Flag, like, supports, whatever the word is. Data-oriented design, right? Let's say I have a class. You know what? I'll just explain. Um, the idea is you want to treat a struct as data, and you want to treat the methods as methods for the data, like transformations on the data. What you don't want to do is have your data own methods, because that's a bit different. Like, I mean, obviously, if they own like function pointers, whatever. But like, if it's like this idea of giving methods to a class goes against data-oriented design, because data-oriented design is like data is foremost. Like data is data, right? Like it's not some like abstract thing to think about. Like it's data. And this is an interesting idea to me. And part of this includes not having methods inside classes at all, which I think is quite interesting. And instead treating dot syntax as syntactic sugar. For example, let's say I have xfbin, right? Like right now, I would do xfbin load. But if I were doing this, well, like this, right? So it'll be xfbin equals, okay, auto xfbin equals xfbin loads path to file. Right? Like this is how I could do it right now. But with data-oriented design, xfbin does not own the load function. So it'd be more like this. So that's the first difference. For constructors. Then again, I don't hate the idea of constructors like static functions. I think no, you know what? I take it back. Static functions are fine because they don't own their data. Like they're just namespaced. The issue is if I were to do say, whoops, like what stuff I have here, like read or yeah, read. So I could do xfbin.read, or I could do read xfbin. In fact, if I made a static xfbin reads, then pass in my xfbin. Yeah. So like these two schools of thought, styles, whatever, right? But I like this because it's like I'm going to read xfbin. The thing is, this also changes state. So ideally, it would also return an xfbin. Um, because then like it's a black box transformation. But I mean, honestly, transforming is fine as long as it's clear. Like read is very vague. If it was like serialize, right? Then it's clear that I'm serializing xfbin, and because I'm passing it as a reference, um, not only am I not copying it, but I'm also mutable. I mean, see, this is exactly why I wanted to make it in Rust, because in Rust I would just do mute, right? I would pass in a mutable reference, um, xfbin, which I think is a lot cleaner. Or would it be like this? I don't know. One of one of those, right? So like it's clear that this function mutates xfbin. Whereas in C++, the best I can really do is just this. But the thing is, this actually passes it as a pointer, which is different, which I think is cool. Like I think because C++ doesn't have a mutable keyword, I think it'd be cool if we. This is so go for a tangent. I think it'd be cool if yeah, okay. So in Rust, you have the mutable keyword, right? So when you're passing again a function like xfbin serialize, like so, something like this. Um, the ampersand might be like here or something. I can't remember. But let's just assume it's this, right? This says this is a mutable reference to xfbin. So I know for pretty damn sure that this function will mutate xfbin, and it's a transformation that mutates xfbin. That's fine. But in C++, we don't have this keyword, so we can't do that. And I don't think you can just do const either. And even if you could do const, because const isn't the default, like it's not as, like just either way, it's not as clear. So something you could do, right, is for your serialize function. Let's say okay, well, let's have two functions here to kind of demonstrate. So let's say we also have xfbin get chunk like this, right? What's different here? Well, get chunk. So get chunk, like chunk, get chunk. Get chunk will take in an xfbin reference, okay? Whereas serialize void will take an xfbin pointer. Now the difference is, the difference being that in the body of this function, I will need to um, access get chunk xfbin as just xfbin, right? Like xfbin do stuff. Whereas in this one, I need to do I need to explicitly do like this to access. Sorry. So for example, xfbin dot chunks right? That's fine. But for this, I need to do xfbin.chunks like this with the arrow syntax. Or if I want to dereference the pointer, I could do .xfbin .chunks. I mean, this arrow syntax is just syntactic sugar for this. Like these are equivalent. Um, yeah, but like doing accessing by reference is by yeah, there you go. By reference, can I focus? Yeah, is equivalent to this. It's just basically just syntactic sugar, right? I'm thinking if we use pointers like passing by pointer to denote when we want to mutate data, I think that could be a good convention. And I might actually just do that. Yeah. So that's an idea. Of course, the alternative is xfbin.getChunk and xfbin.serialize, right? But like, what's different? Get chink. Oh my god, that's a slur. So like the difference here, right? Get chunk is well, same thing. It's just that the dot syntax is syntactic sugar, but the main difference I see here is that it's not clear that serialized takes a pointer, whereas get chunk takes a reference. So like this here, we can enforce the convention that I just explained, whereas here we can't. Um, does it matter? Not really, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm just really opposed to this dot syntax. I really prefer to just have external functions or like static functions. But like why? Let's see. So, hmm. Because I feel like what happened is when I first tried to make this library, I kind of got lost in the abstraction. And like I mean I'll argue that if your abstraction isn't working, it's because you're just abstracting it wrong. And I still hold that belief. But I just feel like it'd be a cleaner abstraction to just not have the methods as part of the class. Or like, I can have it as part of the class namespace, but just have it outside of the class. Um, so like, there's no implicit this, right? They're just static functions. But I mean, but like, if I did that, it'd be working against C++ because C++ is very, like it is its language. That being said, there are so many different ways you can do C++. I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but to do it or not to do it, that is the question. Especially after like using Haskell for so long. I mean, lost so long, but like I've definitely used quite a bit of Haskell this year, as well as OCaml, and they don't have, well, to my knowledge, they don't really have dot syntax. I mean, Haskell definitely doesn't. OCaml might, but if it is, it's quite limited. So, like here, I have like std, like standard string file name error, and like this is public, but like the rest of these are private, and I have like static stuff, but then also have like non-static stuff, and like I have vectors here, and like it just feels kind of messy to me. Like, this is like XFBin the interface. What I just want is just data, just data. And like, why is file name even writable to? You know, like I don't usually advocate for having setters and getters, like setters and getters, which just like like just this set file name. Like I don't advocate for this because it's just what literally what is the point? Um, at the same time, it just means that the data is like you can change this whenever you want, and it won't affect how the user like you can change the implementation without needing to change the interface. Is what I'm trying to say. So honestly, I kind of get it. In fact, I very much get it. So I don't know. So I'm thinking I can maybe have an XFBin interface and then like XFBin data, you know? Have this be hidden. The issue is I can't hide this um, because of how C++ well module system works. Not actually like that. I mean the include system, how it works. I can't hide XFBin data, but whatever. This is the curse I've been dealt. So I might do this then, where I have the XFBin data class. I kind of roll with that because I'll just feel a bit better about it. And it means that I could do more funky design stuff to make the class more efficient, in theory. Um, Also, those should be inlined as well. Those getters and setters should be inlined. Yeah, no, it's hard to like really think about your code properly when the compiler also does a lot for you. I'm really just not a fan of it. Um, yeah, this language is weird. Like everything right now is just screaming at me. You know, cool ideas, but do it in Rust. And it's like, well, yeah, but I gotta do it in C++. So let me play to C++'s strengths, which is to not have classes because classes suck compared to like like Rust style structs. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I much prefer those traits, and like I'm not a fan of interfaces either, because it means you're gonna have like classes deriving, and you can make ad hoc traits with interfaces, but it's just not quite as nearly as good. Anyway, I'm kind of waffling. Right, let's just try this and see what happens. So class, open data. In fact, it's not a class, it's a struct. So I'm in my struct for my data, and my class is going to be the interface. Um, sounds confusing. I mean interfaces in like the user interface, the programming interface. So these are all public by default. An XFBin contains a file name, of course, which by default is just empty. We're also going to create a separate class for error handling. So class XFBin error. It's a class because it's going to store methods and stuff. Okay, okay. Because like you could package a lot into one class, but it also gets hard to maintain. And I just like navigate the class. I really don't like it. I don't like it at all. Um, right. So you go to error enum and then error string. So since our error is just enum, the thing is, if I use a class, it means I can make the enum more like I can make the error more complex. Like if I wanted to include more information and encode that information, then I could do that. It's like file signature version cut short. Like if I just, I mean, what do I even have here? Like this returns an a standard unexpected or an error, right? So if I go back to my CPP file, yeah, like if the version doesn't match, it just returns an standard unexpected version error, right? But like it doesn't tell me any more information, like what was the error specifically? Why did it error? What version did it even expect? What version did I give it? Like this is valuable debug information. So I'm gonna make this a class. Change this class to code, right? The error code. I'll just make that explicit because why not? Um, yeah, I could change this to exit from result actually, and then encode the standard unexpected inside. That's actually not a bad idea. Actually, no, because that assumes that exit bin an exit bin will always be the return type, which isn't true. So we're gonna have exit bin error. In fact, I should make separate files for these. So I'm gonna delete this, create a new file, exit bin error dot paste that in. I'm not going to include no circular dependencies for us. We will need to include string for this conversion. Okay. This is static, so it's fine. The class it's just namespace. Except for an error, get string. Although in this case, we want to encode more information. We want to encode more information. If I had Rust style enums, then I could just encode the information in here, like for version, I could have like expected version, and then like that, right? But oh well, can't do that. So unless I made a tagged a tag, well, it's not really a tagged union. I mean, yeah, it is. It's a tagged union. I could make a tagged union, but it's just not the same interface as Rust. It's just way more hassle. So instead, what I would do is yeah, I guess strings are the way to go. An error code and a string, and then I need to create like custom constructors for the different error types, which I know is a bit strange, but it's the only way to really encode information. Like I want to be able to call it like return XFP error version, or like I guess this version, right? Or mismatched version, like that. And then inside pass in arguments. So I mean, like Rust would look like this, right? It'd be like this. I'd pass in my version that I have, like whatever, like that, right? Or for C++, I'd use curly braces because that is what it is. It's not a function call. Oh no, I'm wrong. It is a function call. like that. And to like, but like it's a bit hacky. Like really, it should be like create like new mismatch version, like something like that. I guess I don't know, man. Like having a function like this, like it works honestly. It's just obviously unconventional. But like given how like if I were to use the normal naming convention, mismatched version like this for functions, like because it's just not very clear. Like if I use create, like really, or like if I do like new mismatched version, it's like no construct. Like what are we doing? Whereas if I do this, I mean, it looks like it looks fairly normal to the Rust eye, but to a C++ programmer, they'll probably be like, why am I calling this function? Or like, why am I creating this struct called mismatch version? Like, I'm not. It is a genuine. It is this is a function call, right? Of course, I could have exception error as an interface, and then I instead create a class, so then it would be like this. And then what happens is that class contains its own like information. I guess that works actually. Like, obviously, it's like, I mean, it's not. It's I don't know if it's over engineering. Like it seems legit, but it is a bit like obviously quite verbose in the implementation. So let's do that then. I know, crazy, but bear with me here, fellas. So we're gonna have our class, which is that, and then we're gonna have another class for each error code, right? Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. So we're gonna have exhibit error. Okay. The thing is to be able to access them, like I did here, we need to have the classes inside. So we have class okay, for instance, which derives from exhibit error. I don't know if I can do this actually, because like it's inside, so I don't know if that allows it, but hopefully it does. If not, I'll need to create a namespace exhibit error. But like at that point, it's kind of hacking. Like I don't like that. Like I want to actually just create a struct. So let's try this. So exhibit error. Have the error be a string. So we'll do no discard. Um, inline static const expr string view. Right, will be just a string. And it yeah, and then just returns no errors detected. Right, and then I'll have just copy this really. Have another one. Um, like mismatched version, right? Which will say, okay, well, we need the constructor first of all. So constructor, so expect error, right? Equals default in this case because there's just nothing. For mismatched version, we need to store the expected version, right? So with A2T, assuming it's the 2 I think it is, expected version, right? Um, yeah. And then we say mismatched. Whoops. Okay. Jesus. Okay, mismatched version takes a v2 expected version, right, and then just puts it into that. So expected version takes or constructs from this, right? And for this, we'll return format mismatched version, which takes the expected version, right? And then we'd also have this. So error code, go up, please. Right. So then we'll also have yeah, inline static code. And we'll just return error exif bin. Error code because same scope. Okay. Right. And this will do mismatch version like that. It should really look like this. But obviously that's a bit confusing. Okay, so let me just ask Claude real quick if this is even possible. Like I feel like I'm kind of cooking, but at the same time I'm not sure. Um, this may be going beyond what C++ is capable of. So is this valid C++? And not why? Several issues. Oh yeah, return type's gone. Whoops. What is private inheritance? Oh, one bot. But also, what is it? Like I've got the difference between them. Like so for this to be public, I have to do public like this. But I can't remember what that actually does. Like I guess it just exposes the exit error stuff. But I don't want to do that because it's recursive in this case. Yeah, yeah. Public is a in terms of yeah. So in this case, I will not keep it public because then I could do stuff like exit error, mismatched version, mismatched version, mismatch like you know what I mean? Like that's not how it's meant to go. Um, okay. Is there a virtual keyword? Yeah. Error code. So this is static. Not static. The function will the compiler will inline this anyway, so there's really no point in me doing anything. This is const. This is also const. By the way. Okay. So we'll say we need to have a no discard. Look, I forgot how to do virtual functions. Z plus plus. Is it equals version? Equals virtual or what? I just prefix it. Okay. But there's also C++ interface class. Like I forgot how to make it so you have to so you can have functions that don't have any stuff. Okay, shut up. Equals 0, that's right. Yeah. Really weird way to do it, but so a virtual why is it even 0? Like can I do null pointer or what? See a virtual error code const I guess equals 0. Yeah. And no discard const expr standard string view string const equals 0. So again, mismatched version. Yep. Let's see. Okay. So I kind of forced this to be const expert. Strange. To be fair, I also forgot the virtual keyword, but oops. That was here. Uh, boom, 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 bada boom. And yeah, here as well. Man, so many keywords. Okay, but I want it to be const expert because I don't want to construct a string. Right, but standard format is not. That's correct. Never mind then. So we string view. Sorry, string, not string view. Yep. And yeah. Okay. Let's see what alternatives exist. Oh, touch it. Heap allocation. What? Oh, so virtual classes do that. Scheiße. So I just use variants. This sucks. The visitor pattern? Are you serious? Well, chat, I fear I might have indeed cooked too hard. Because I've got keep allocation of virtual functions. No. Bugger. Well, it was an idea. It was an idea. So, what to do then? Like, legitimately, what do I do? Just have different things, like before. Um, I don't know. Static, right? Static, spin error. Um, mismatch version. Static. It just feels so wrong to use this kind of casing. New mismatched version error is what I should say. Like it's just so verbose, isn't it? But let's just roll with it for now. Okay. Then we have two things here. We have message and code. So now it's a state instead, right? So just return accept an error constructor with the codes, mismatch version, and a string mismatched version. Then then I need to make a constructor which takes in the error code uh, and a message. No, no, not even. Yes, even. Thing is, the construction needs to be private, so I can actually do it like this then. XFBin error code, message, or just simpler. Um, have these be private, right? What the hell? Did I switch files? Yeah. I did actually save it, did I? I did save it, okay. And then this should work anyway, because default constructor. So I think I can just do dot code equals and dot message equals. This should work. Okay. Yep. And then when I do error string, I'll just do message. I mean, like I could like dot get message, but I feel like dot message is that's a thing. Like, hmm, yep. So this is not inline or static or context explorer because it's also not a string view now. Yep. Just return message. Then same thing here. Discard error code, get code. return code. Bada bing, bada boom. And then just do this for each one. So new OK. Thing is, OK shouldn't be an error. So we'll just move that completely. Yeah. So here, this is new. I use new because that's like the convention for C++, right? Like the new keyword. But I'll do create instead, despite just saying that. So create null file error. So, right? Yeah. So the data is encoded into the string, which isn't ideal, but I really don't know what else I could do. I mean, I can have like a union, I guess. But then, like, if I were to call for that, like, if I were to call for a get data, like whatever, like, how would I even do that? I would need like runtime exceptions or whatever to if um check if the state's correct or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I really just don't like this. I want to use I want to use Rust so bad because I feel like it's just more powerful. Um, yeah. Okay. This probably say mismatch file signature, more verbose, but also more specific. More specific. Right. Cut short. I don't even know what that's about, to be honest. But create cut short error. Definitely a better word for that. Better name for that. But okay, there definitely is a better name for that. I mean, I'm like, okay, let's see what Mr. ChatGPT says. And by that, I mean Claude, of course. Uh, what are we using? String. We're using format. I say right. Yeah. Return by ref to avoid copying. That's smart. Though, can I just return a string view then? Private constructor. Wait, is this factory? Have I just used the factory pattern? It's true. I don't even need the enum, do I? The code. I mean, like, it's useful for like displaying to like if I need to do print. I don't know, like some print error. Um, I can't remember how you do this. Oh my god, I forgot. Something like this, where like you have the error code like that, and then the message. Um, like this. So I think it's fine. Thing is, like these numbers can change, which is the issue, but I suppose it's fine. Just make it explicit. Like header, rest of the file like this, right? Probably if I cut short, it should probably even be a general error. Yep. No trailing commas. Kill me. And yeah, right. So there is that. Okay, like this works, right? Um, close has to make a private constructor, but I don't see the point. So do I use string view here? No, I use format. Okay. Um, get message should probably return a string view. I could do call string reference, but like, why? Still see, I don't see the point in doing that. All right. So I can now do testing, I think. GC, yeah, GC, that's right. In fact, just GC, that's the whole thing. I don't care. Right, so for my testing, we're going to include except in error to HPP. Don't need to include format here. And then we'll just So let's say we have xfbin error. In fact, no, just auto. Auto error equals Kojo xfbin error. Create. Do I have options? I do. Nice. Create version error. Let's say. Or like, okay, we'll do file signature. And let's say we needed an UCC, but we instead got like um some other file formats just for the sake of example, like this. Okay, I don't know, whatever. Right, PNG. Oops. Then um yeah, just cout error dot. Well, actually, we'll use format here, like I kind of said before. So formats um the code followed by the error message. So error dot code. We're going to static cast this to an int. God, I just love static casting syntax. And error dot message. Okay, and this should compile. I'll just check my CMake lists real quick. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of obvious actually. Don't know why I didn't have this. Okay. I'm doing testing. What? Right, I'm not using these sources. So I'll just copy these out for now, I guess. All right, let's see what happens if I try to compile this now. So CMake build dot. Look here, what do I even do here? What's wrong? I got build folder, I guess. Am I meant to build in here? CMake build. I see the issue. The path is different, so I need to go change the path and for my cache, I guess. So I need to delete my cache. So what's in CMake config? What? What? Okay. I guess I just delete this folder, the build folder. then cmake builds. Okay, didn't think so. So cmake build dot. Why is it building for Visual Studio? Can you not? Explorer dot. Dude, I hate build systems so much in this language. And like the fact that I've like that I because I'm Windows, I have to have Visual Studio installed, and for some reason that's overriding GCC. So annoying. Right, how do I just Obsidian? Do I have any notes for CMake? Nope. I'm sure I have it in my history somewhere. Right, these settings. Okay, so line 14. Oh yeah. See if we get away without any sources here. Guess not. Well, if I include this, what happens? Because like I haven't really modified the class, have I? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, can you build it now? Okay, is it the exe there? No. So how do I build? I have to use the build flag. So yep, saw that coming. So can I just comment all this out? Like Loki, who even right? And like if it's not included, then it doesn't matter, does it? So then just comment this out. Try again. Uh, Hook this. Go to my error HTTP. This return statement is correct. What's wrong? Line 19. Initializers cannot be used as a non-aggregate type except in error. What do you mean non-aggregate type? I don't know. I actually don't know what that means. No constructors. What? It's annoying. So I need to create a constructor then. So private xfbin error takes in an error code and a message. I'll move it. So and then yep. So code takes code. Message takes message. That should be good. How is it a non-aggregate type? Aggregate type. Does this satisfy you, my lord? Let's see what it says. Oops. Yeah, that seems to fix it. For that line, so just do the same thing here. Oh boy. Okay. Because I'll keep this. Oh, whoops. In which case, for consistency's sake, I should do the same here. Okay. So I'll just remove this then. So df equals uh, try again. Right. This is currently not namespaced. Namespace Kojo. Oh boy. Um. Yeah. Should we get code and get message? PNG is a const char. What's wrong? All right. What's UN32T? Um. Awkward. So can I cast? I mean, it's a char array. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. How do I do this? Ah, shit. I can. I guess I can like cast it to a. This is really finicky, but I can cast it to a UN32 pointer and then dereference it. That seemed to work. So then issues this 3 C++ format, please. Can I get more specific information on how the format tuner works? Great. So what? How do I get leading zeros? For hex, I did this 8. So let's do 0, 1, 0 for base 10. That could be right. But no, I did 0, 8, x, right? 0, 8, x. Yeah. So I just do 0, 8 for 8 bytes. So I'll do 0, 3, I think. It's been a while. They built. So build. Let's run it. So build /excepin lib test. test.exe. Mismatch fast signature. Yep, looks like that worked. PNG 4E5025, is that even correct? No idea. And I don't even care to check. But like, yep, it works, basically. The error thing works. Okay, I'm gonna just edit there because it's already getting late, but let's just start then. We've got error handling. Kinda. I don't love it though, because like having a string isn't very flexible. Because like, what if you want to use the data from the thing, right? Like, again, it's just so easy with tagged unions, like Rust style tagged unions. But for this C++, it's just not easy at all. So yeah, like I could implement again. I could implement tagged unions, but they wouldn't be as safe or convenient to use, but from the user's end. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, bye bye.